How are we doing? Good to see you on such an exciting day. World Cup fever. How about it? Huh? It's here, and I am all about rooting for the red, white, and blue. But I'm seeing some weird looks from the staff here. What's up? Red, white, and blue. I'm rooting for Australia. I've always wanted to go there. Really high on the bucket list. What'd you think I was talking about? Welcome to Halftime Live. I'm your host, Mark Willard, and we're coming to you during the Reds-Pirates game, a battle between two teams that usually have the honor of losing the division to the Cardinals or Cubs. Life is different now, isn't it? The Cubs are considered the team that always wins. All right, the game is tied right now 2-2 in the sixth inning between the Reds and the Pirates. For our veteran HTLers, thanks for joining us tonight. For all of you rookies out there, we are a live sports trivia game show where you answer questions to win some serious dough. I'll be throwing 12 questions at you tonight. Each question has 3 answers to choose from. Only one of them is correct. Throw back 12 right answers, and you'll be winning or splitting our cash prize. And don't worry, if you get a question wrong, your night is not over. If you have an extra life, you gain extra lives by inviting your friends to play HTL. It's that easy. So push that invite button and get right back into the game. Think of it as a get out of jail free card. All right, tonight we've got 3,003 players in our game. We see you, Gerbs and Rice 4 and Brooks and Anthony B. Welcome in. Our cash prize tonight is 1,000 Pirate Treasures, 1,000 WKRP bucks. That's right, folks, $1,000. That's almost enough to make like a down payment on NBA season tickets, just in case LeBron decides to come and play for your team. Good luck with that, by the way. All right, who's ready to start the weekend off with a cool G? Make sure your phone is charged up and your Wi-Fi is Usain Bolt fast as the race for a century worth of dollars starts right now with question 1. What NFL team's fans are known as cheeseheads? Rams, Packers, or Dolphins? You know, ironically, these fans actually like being called cheeseheads. Don't call your boss that. You'll get a different reaction. The Rams play in L.A. There's nothing cheesy about that, unless, of course, you're a St. Louis fan. Dolphins hate cheese, but you can ask them if you need a seafood recommendation. The answer is the Packers. Wisconsin is known for its cheese, so Packers fans are called cheeseheads. And yes, they wear silly hats, but man, do they know how to party out there. The pregame tailgate for week 1 has already started at Lambeau Field. And no, I'm not kidding. All right, 3,097 of you are one step closer to winning all the HTL cheese tonight. Here's question 2. What's the name of the action that stadium crowds do where each person stands, raises their arms, and then sits back down? The dead fish, the electric slide, or the wave? You have to be sure you add deodorant to your repertoire when you do this move. Be nice to those around you, please. The electric slide, my go-to move at weddings and bar mitzvahs. Trust me, you want to see it. My favorite dead fish has to be the one served at Nobu. Delicious. But the right answer here, of course, is the wave. Depending on how into the game you are, the wave is either awesome or a nightmare. I vote nightmare. There's nothing worse than trying to watch a big play and having everybody waving their arms around right in your face. All right, there's one thing that's worse than that, and that's all, and that's when beer sales end. Hate that part. Okay, 3,050 of you are celebrating a win on question 2. Here is question number 3. Whose record did LeBron James recently break for number of playoff games in which he scored 30 or more points? Michael Jordan, Jason Tatum, or Andrew Wiggins? If you know anything about when these guys were drafted, then this one should be pretty easy for you. LeBron James had his 110th 30-point playoff game of his career in the Cavs Game 3 NBA Finals loss to the Warriors. In doing so, LeBron shattered the previous record of 109 playoff games with at least 30 points held by Michael Jordan. If you're in the business of comparing these two, LeBron got his 110th 30-point game in 238 playoff games played. Jordan got his 109th in just 179 playoff games. But raise your hand if you're done with the comparison. Cool, me too. Okay, 2,961 of you are putting on a Jordan-like performance tonight. On to question number 4. Which of these players was not on the field during the catch in the 1981 NFC Championship game? Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, or Ed Jones? Can the right answer here be the Dallas defense? If they had played better D, they would have taken home the W in that game. Still pretty good throw and catch by the Niners, though. 49ers wide receiver Dwight Clark caught a 6-yard touchdown pass from Joe Montana in the final minute to give San Francisco the win over Dallas and send them to the Super Bowl in 1981. And while he is one of the greatest receivers of all time, Jerry Rice wasn't on the field during the catch. Why wouldn't Rice be on the field for such a big play? Well, because he only started playing in the NFL 4 years later in 1985. Was that too tricky for question 4? Maybe. Yeah, 1,230 of you are now still in this and we're not tricked here. Let's do question number 5 for you. What former NFL star announced recently that he won't attend his own Pro Football Hall of Fame induction? Terrell Owens, Randy Moss, or Brian Urlacher? Which of these guys holds a grudge longer than Taylor Swift? I'm going to let you finish answering this question. Like most normal people, Urlacher and Moss are excited about attending the Hall of Fame induction ceremony this summer. Terrell Owens, on the other hand, not so much. T.O.'s still upset about being shunned by voters for several years, and so he isn't going to attend the ceremony. Let's hope he doesn't try to cry later underneath his shades. That would be classic T.O. That's my Hall of Fame jacket. Okay, 1,261 of you are on your way to the HTL Hall of Fame, if you can keep this up. Here's question 6. What is the name of the award given to the best player of the FIFA World Cup tournament? Golden boot, golden shoe, or golden ball? Here's a clue. It has the word golden in it. But is it a boot, a shoe, or a ball? Soccer loves gold more than the Olympics, apparently. The Golden Glove goes to the best goalkeeper in the World Cup tournament. The Golden Boot goes to the player who scores the most goals, and it was previously known as the Golden Shoe, meaning the answer is the Golden Ball, which goes to the best player at the World Cup. Ronaldo off to a real good start for that one, by the way. All right, 395 of you golden on question number 6, and you are on to question number 7. What NBA superstar recently played himself in an episode of the Showtime series Billions? James Harden, Kevin Durant, or Russell Westbrook? All right, which one of these former OKC teammates has gone the most Hollywood? While Harden did go Hollywood and date a Kardashian, he's not the right answer here. Although the main character, Bobby Axelrod, mentioned the beard during a recent episode. However, the correct answer is Kevin Durant. KD made an appearance on the show when he did a favor for Axelrod in exchange for some investment advice. Westbrook was also a wrong answer, although his outfits are absolutely Hollywood. You know what I mean. Okay, 164 of you, a step closer to cashing a big check, Axelrod style. Let's go to question number 8. Which of these cities was not a venue for the World Cup in 1994? Orlando, Washington, D.C., or Atlanta? Ah, yes, memories of a time when the U.S. was actually good enough to qualify for the World Cup. You remember that? Yeah. Good news is that North America is hosting the World Cup in 2026. Hopefully the U.S. will at least qualify that year. Back in 94, both Orlando and D.C. were used for preliminary games and the round of 16, so our answer here is Atlanta. Don't feel too bad for Atlanta, as it hosted the Summer Olympics 2 years later, and Camila Cabello gave it a shout-out in that song Havana, right? So they got that going for them, which is nice. Okay, 75 of you have qualified for our last single-digit question of the night. It is question number 9. Who was the last golfer to win consecutive U.S. Open men's golf championships? Ben Hogan, Ernie Els, or Curtis Strange? All right, pulling off back-to-back majors in golf is no easy feat. Just ask Tiger. It's been 10 years since he won a major. Ernie Els has 2 U.S. Open titles, but never in consecutive years. The legendary Ben Hogan won back-to-back U.S. Opens in 1950 and 51. However, Curtis Strange was the last golfer to do it. Curtis, don't call me strange, won consecutive Opens in 88 and 89. Nothing strange about that. Really good stuff. 39 of you. Good stuff for you as well. You're a step closer to winning the HTL Open tonight. But you're going to have to wrestle your way to the title with question 10. What Big Ten school has not won an NCAA wrestling national championship? Michigan, Michigan State, or Minnesota? Things are getting tough here, right? As we hit our double-digit questions. An NCAA wrestling question? Literally? Ouch. All right, the Big Ten has dominated NCAA wrestling. Michigan State took home its lone championship title in 1967. Starting in 1975, Iowa won 20 championships in 25 years. Minnesota pulled off 3 titles, the last being in 2007. So the answer here is Michigan. While Michigan may have dominated in football and basketball over the years, it's another story when it comes to wrestling. They haven't won, which gives them something in common with the Jim Harbaugh era with the football team. Sorry about that. Just the truth. Okay, 21 of you pinned that last question. Now to question 11. Down the stretch, here we go. Who hit the baseball that was involved in the infamous Steve Bartman incident? Luis Castillo, Moise Alou, or Derek Lee? Did we ever find out what Steve Bartman was listening to in those headphones while reaching over to try to grab the ball? For his sake, I hope it was self-help tape, maybe some meditation. 2003 was not a good year for Steve Bartman. During Game 6 of the NLCS, Moise Alou went to catch a foul ball, but it was deflected by Bartman, a fan in the stands. After that, the Cubs gave up 8 runs in the innings and lost the series in 7 games. That foul ball was hit by none other than Luis Castillo. Still, it's not like Steve is the one who gave up 8 runs in the inning, right? Put the blame where it belongs. On the Billy Goat, of course. All right, 16 of you did not drop the ball on question 11, and now you are just one more catch away from winning a big pile of HTL cash. Here it is, question 12. What team did Jerry Rice catch his 200th touchdown against? Chiefs, Broncos, or 49ers? Our second Jerry Rice sighting tonight. You made it through one Rice question, but will you make it through 2? It's a Jerry Rice-a-roni San Francisco treat kind of night here at HTL. Did you cook up the rice just right, or did you get burned? Let's find out. Jerry did not score his 200th touchdown against his former team, the Niners, although there would have been something poetic about that, right? On November 11th, 2002, Jerry Rice caught his 200th touchdown pass, breezing past cornerback Tyrone Poole, a player for the Broncos. How many of you had Denver for the win tonight? Good for you. Congrats to our 12 winners tonight. I see Hoop Life, Brenner, Samsolin, NYC Magic. Good for all of you. You are splitting our $1,000 cash prize. You got to be feeling a Rocky Mountain high for that. $83.33 for each one of you. Congratulations. Make sure you join us tomorrow night. We do it again, just like every night. Red Sox-Mariners game starting at 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 Pacific, airing on Fox. I'm your host, Mark Willard. We'll see you tomorrow at Halftime Live.